Welcome to Casey's SEO. Today we're going to look at how we can use a couple different tools to find easy ways to make content about a specific niche. So for example, I just typed in roofers Miami. And what I want to do first is find a couple companies and look at their sitemap and what type of content that they have. And then we're going to analyze all of those pages. And we're going to look at the H1, H2, and it could be the H3, H4. How, if you want to go that deep, you can. But then we're going to take those titles and then create content based off of those. So I already did a couple tests so far. I went through and I started to look at the top websites here in Google, and I was unable to actually scrape some of their content. They could be blocking any of the scrapers here. So I went down and found this company right here that I was able to get this information. So I initially just copied their domain here and then opened up my tool suite and then went to the heading analyzer tool. From here, I just went ahead and paste in the domain right here. And for this example, I'm just going to go H1 and H2 because we never really know what you're going to get with an H3 and H4. So I'll just keep the most prominent ones right here. And then all I'm going to do is hit start analysis. So it's going to go and look for a sitemap. And then this used, it looks like Yoast from just this example right here. So it has a couple different sitemaps. And it found 208 pages that it's going to go through and scrape the headings. So this is going to take a minute, but once that is done, then you can open up the CSV file and it's going to have all the H1s and H2s next to the pages. And then what you can do is come over here to the content creator tool, and you could simply just put in a main topic right here and then basically just hit generate content, and then you will have new content based around your business or what your competitors are doing in your area. So let me come back to our heading tool and we're going to see where we're at. So we are on page 50 for right now. Once this gets done, I will then show you just how easy it is to get all this set up. But before you would want to create any type of content, you'd really want to come over here if this was your company, and you want to fill out all this company information. So you have your company, your domain, your logo URL, address. All of this information would then be put into that content. And then if you're going to run any schema with it, that would also be used. And if you're missing half of this information, especially for a local business with their schema, then you're going to have some errors. So you want to go ahead and put in all that information. It's really simple. I mean, this will essentially take you a few minutes to get some of this information. But then once you come over to the tool section, it just makes it super easy. So when you use any of these tools, you just select your company and it will load all that information in for you. So let's go back to the website heading tool, and we are halfway done. Now that that file is completed, I opened up the CSV here, and now you can see all the different URLs over here and then the H1s and H2s associated with each page. Now this did take every page from the website because it scraped the sitemap, but you can see like right here we have the home page, and then here are the H1s and H2s associated with each. But you could go through and then look at different URLs and find different ideas right here for that content that you can create. So if we just go through, I mean, maybe you use, or maybe you have a service in this area, and you could just copy and paste this guy right here. And we'll come back to our tool. We'll go back to that content creator. Like I said, all you would do is just copy and paste that information right here. And then you would select your company because you just entered all that information into your company section there. And then you could either keep this at a general or a service business. These are the two that I typically use. And all this is doing is using this information. It goes out to Perplexity and tries to find some data based off of these questions that you could use with your main topic. Now, if I was coming here, this would be a service page that I would typically choose. But if we go here, I would just pick service and then hit generate, and then that would generate that service page. Now, if I did do more services in here and I'd want more content, what I would do next is, once this is done, I would come over here and remove that guy, go over here, and we're going to find a cluster for that service. So I would just import that text file that we just did and then generate some clusters based off of that service page. So this is just one easy way to generate a lot of content based off what your competitors are doing in your area. Now, of course, you could use this for any type of business in any area, and it's going to save you guys lots of time, and all of your content is going to be formatted the same and use all of your company information. So it just makes everything looks super clean and nice. And you can find all these tools at Casey'sSEOtools.com. If you guys have any other questions, please let me know.